Okay folks, this will be another one of these. And it's a wet day today, although it's had some sunshine earlier today. Let's see how we go with this. I wonder how big we're going to make this. So we're going to blow up a section of it. Okay, let's see what we have to demo with. Okay, it is a butterfly painting, and basically we're interested in this triangular shape. The word delta comes to mind. I think delta is to do with the triangle, but we all know what delta means in coronavirus parlance. It means a certain strain that's happens to be highly contagious, and when I think of delta, I now think of coronavirus. There's no other way of thinking anymore, folks. I've caught the coronavirus, not the actual virus itself, but the terminology around it has become a part of my parlance. And when I think of delta, I automatically think of coronavirus, the extremely virulent strain that's ripping through Sydney and New South Wales in general, here in Australia, and it was making appearances in other states as well, but it's really caught on heaps in New South Wales. Now that looks really nice. Still not quite what I'm after. I think maybe a bit of a reduction in length, but that looks brilliant. We've got that right in the corner. I actually think it might be nice to angle it down a bit, or maybe, but it's really been a really totally difficult dealing with this rather virulent strain of corona. Now what's happened here? This photocopier is misbehaving. That was odd. Oh, I had it on 26%. Oh, okay. I fucked up the enlargement. It's going to be a reduction. It's going to look stupid. Yeah, there it is. It's reduced on the horizontal. It's been compressed. I fucked it up. So I fucked it up. That's what we've got. But basically, Delta is indeed an extremely virulent strain of coronavirus, and it's driving everyone bonkers, trying to deal with it, and the authorities are left scratching their heads, so it seems, trying to work out how to limit the spread. Because it's that hard to deal with, like it or not. And I think Delta is just the word for coronavirus, for this particular strain of it. And I think we got it just right. We got this pointing straight down like so. That's a bit not quite. I do think maybe we could reduce it less, enlarge it less, so we can get more of it in. But basically, this strain of COVID is really leaving people, driving people nuts. Driving me nuts, folks. Don't get me wrong, I'm fucking over it. I'm really missing a loved one. Trying to get in touch with him through social media, and it looks like the shops might end up closing. There won't be enough material for me to demo with. I just don't hold out much hope, judging by the steady rise of the numbers of cases that have been popping up. And that looks a lot nicer. But basically I'm really feeling very, that's not in a straight up and down, however. But I'm really feeling a sense of pessimism about this disease and how we're going to cope with it. Wondering if we're going to go back to this. But basically, I am feeling pessimistic, folks. Unfortunately, pessimism is something I have habitually done in my life. I've been a pessimist most of my life. My dad's always hassled me about being pessimistic. Now we're just going here for some reason. But basically my dad has always called me out for being, now I've bumped this, has called me out for being a pessimist. And basically this Delta strain of coronavirus is living up to my pessimism, folks. How am I supposed to be optimistic in the middle of this? How am I supposed to be fucking optimistic when everything's pointing in the wrong direction, when all the numbers are clicking up fast every day? Everything just seems to be coronavirus, fucking coronavirus. No, fuck it, honestly. I know the authorities are doing what they should do and they're trying, but this disease is fucking everyone. And really, I'm sick of it. And it was because of a safety breach by a stupid limo driver who didn't do the right thing, which the authorities would have told him to. He did the wrong thing and he decided not to wear a mask and not to get vaccinated. And he's doing his fucking job, doing a job that relates to quarantine or something. He should fucking have known better not to go without a mask and to wait till you get vaccinated. He's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. Fucking stupid man. One person ruins it for everyone else. But the good thing is maybe more people will be getting vaccinated because we can, even young people now can take the AstraZeneca dose, even though it's been linked to blood clots. But these blood clots, you got to put into perspective, are kind of rare. They're not common. Now that looks good, maybe a little bit less. They're not as common. They're not common as common as problems you might find taking the contraceptive pill. You're more likely to have problems with the contraceptive pill than you are with AstraZeneca. So you got to put that into perspective, folks, and talk to your GP if you've got questions about it, worries about it, because it's going to be worth it. If we can all get vaxxed, we can halt this disease, and we may not need masks, we may not need lockdowns, we may not need restrictions. We can party and party into the night and enjoy the party and not worry about the disease anymore. We just have to fucking work together as a country, as a nation, as a state. Primarily, not just as New South Wales, but every state, that we could all get vaxxed. And if we could all get vaxxed, we could potentially go back to the good old days when you could just have a good old party and have some fucking fun without the worries of spreading this damn fucking pandemic. So get vaxxed, folks. If you can, try your best. Ask about it. Starts with a conversation, folks. I got vaxxed in May and June this year, and I wasn't expecting to get it done. I was just talking to my boss lady about it, and it was just a talk. You know, I was expecting it to just be talk, just looking forward to the future, getting vaxxed. And it ended up being beyond a conversation. It actually became reality. She contacted the mass vaccination hub in, I got it round the wrong way. She contacted the mass vaccination hub in Sydney Olympic Park via the internet. We set up, all we had to do was we filled things out online, and then and a week later, I got my first jab. So, and then 3 weeks later, I got my second and final jab. This was not AstraZeneca, this was Pfizer. But basically, if I had no choice but AstraZeneca, I would have still had it done, folks. So it just starts with a conversation, and it could lead to you getting vaxxed. Because the laws might be set up that you may not be able to travel until you get vaxxed, folks. So you might as well get ready. Get ready for the new world. You know? With the AstraZeneca, you're more likely to get problems with the contraceptive pill. I think I said that, did I? My memory's not good, folks. Sorry. But yeah, if you're more likely to have problems with the pill than you are with Astra. You know? You've got to think of it that way, folks. You know? Weigh up the pros, weigh up the cons. Talk about it first. You might just get it. I was very fortunate. But, you know, you've got to start somewhere, folks, and it starts with a conversation. Anyway, that looks really quite interesting. I think now we can call this demo quits.